Welcome back, folks. Today's video is truly about adventures. It's a little different than some of my other videos because it's a vacation I took my wife on to a place she's never been before. One of the most beautiful places in the U.S., Michigan's Upper Peninsula. I had the privilege of growing up there in the 1960s and 70s, basically from second grade to halfway through my junior year of high school. There are so many things there to see and to do if you love the outdoors. I doubt you'd ever have time to get bored. My wife kindly said no to my tenting idea and booked us an Airbnb in Barbo on the St. Mary's River. No, I didn't put up much of a fuss because I'm an early riser and I enjoyed my morning coffee underneath the old maple tree in the front yard. It was great to see the old farmhouse where I grew up, but it was also bittersweet. It was 160 acres of mixed fields, hardwoods, pines, and a small cedar swamp in the northeast corner. You never forget how rich the fall colors are here. We put over 2,000 miles on our truck in 10 days exploring the UP and never got tired of them. I do believe there's a law in the state of Michigan that says if you bring someone into the UP through Wisconsin, you must take a mandatory trip across the Big Mac, the Mackinac Bridge. The second part of that law is you have to stop in Mackinac City and get yourself some fudge. And don't complain about the $9 price. It's worth every penny. But don't you stay too long. It's only 5 miles north and you're back up in heaven. And once you get there, you can try your hand at fishing.
What you got there?
Right now, fishing poles.
Weeds? Oh well.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that. I
Doggone.
got myself a weed walleye.
Good job.
And let's not forget Rotary Park in the Sioux south of the locks. Those big freighters are so close when they pass, you can almost reach out and touch them. This is the Mesabi Miner. Its gross carrying capacity is 63,300 tons. It's 1,004 foot long and has a 16,000 horsepower engine. It was christened in 1977 to honor the men and women of the Minnesota Mesabi Iron Range. It was built by the American Shipbuilding Company in Lorain, Ohio, and has always been part of the Interlake fleet. Her self-unloading system includes 3 cargo hold belts and a 265-foot boom. The St. Mary's River has always been a great place for viewing these big ships. From the Sioux Locks all the way down to Munoscong Bay. My wife and I enjoyed dinner and watching them from the cozy corner in Barbo, Michigan. They have great food, big picture windows overlooking the St. Mary's River, and there's also a large deck for those who prefer to sit outdoors. This is a sunset picture I took of Nebish Island standing on the deck of the cozy corner. It was pretty difficult putting down that cheesesteak sandwich to take that photo. We really enjoyed hiking the trails around Tahquamenon Falls west of Paradise, Michigan. We stopped for a couple of selfies, but one of the locals out for a day hike enjoying the colors took them for us. The Tahquamenon Falls were gorgeous, set with the backdrop of the vibrant fall colors. The dark brown color in the water is nothing to worry about. The color originates from the tannins that leach from the cedar swamp at the start of the Tahquamenon River. The locals call this larger fall the Root Beer Falls because of its color. This is Crisp Point Lighthouse on Lake Superior. This was one of our favorite places to visit for a couple of reasons. One, you had to drive down 18 miles of sand road once you left the pavement just to get there. And the other, it was loaded with beautiful fall colors. It takes a little while to get there down that old sand road. Just before you get there, you come around this little corner on a bluff and you can look out across the expanse and see the world's largest freshwater lake. And then you see the lighthouse. Being a Christian, I understand John 8:12 when Jesus said, "I am the light of the world." That's why I like lighthouses. They give salvation to passing ships in a rough storm. It's a great view from the top, if you don't mind the climb. We wanted to see Pictured Rock's National Lakeshore from both sides, so we took the boat tour in the morning and we hiked some trails that afternoon and the next day. The boat tour really is an easy way to see a lot of the Pictured Rocks in a short amount of time. There are places on this shoreline that's over 200 feet off the water. It was nice to have a calm morning for the boat tour. You really do have to see this place for yourself because pictures and videos do it no justice. But after a couple hours of riding in the boat, you really feel like it's time to get out and do a little bit of hiking. This is the East Channel Lighthouse in Munising Bay on Grand Island. We enjoyed our hike. There's just something wonderfully eerie about walking down a trail in the thick forest in dim light that makes you feel like Hawkeye in the book The Last of the Mohicans. I'm not sure that's a puppy dog. Probably a wolf, being they have them up here. The camera does these waves no justice. They are 3.5 to 4 foot tall. We had a great time in the Upper Peninsula. Earlier I'd said that I put 2,000 miles on my truck just driving around the UP. Well, one of the reasons for that is we were looking for some property and we found the piece we wanted, 26 acres with a small cabin on it. So we made an offer and they accepted. So I took a trip back up there and I took the entire inside of the cabin down to the studs. You can see that in my last video. I made a list of what I wanted to do, then closed it up for the winter, and I will go back up there in the spring to start my work on the interior. And as the sun sets on this vacation, we head on back home to Colorado and put together a plan for the interior of the cabin for next spring. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching and God bless.